Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our Bible stories. So in this episode, we will be talking about three lessons we can pick from the story of Samson and Delilah. So the first one is our imperfections and shortcomings, they do not limit God's plans. Rather, they serve as an opportunity for his mercy to shine through. So for Samson, at the beginning, we saw how he wanted to get married to a Philistine woman, and his parents were solely against it. They were against it because of what they know, that the Israelites are not supposed to marry the Philistines, the uncircumcised Philistines. It was a situation of like believer marrying an unbeliever. So they were very much against the marriage. But God, in his mercies, knew that he was going to use this marriage. He was going to use Samson's weakness, which was impulsiveness, which was anger, which was wanting to do whatever he wants to do. God knew that he was going to use this imperfection of Samson to perfect his plan. His plan was to bring the Israelites out of the oppression of these Philistines. And he knew that Samson was the person to do the job. So even though in the eyes of every other person, Samson was impulsive, Samson didn't take wise decisions, Samson was hot-tempered, he had anger issues, but God knew how to use those his imperfections to shine forth his mercy. Yes, the second lesson we could pick from this story is that wisdom is profitable to direct. Your lack of wisdom cannot take you can't hide from it for so long. It's going to show. So for Samson, God's mercy was keeping him, even at each point where he would, instead of using wisdom to handle situations, God would still mercifully bring him out of that situation. But he kept going back to the same thing. And when he would keep going back to the Philistine women, he just was so much drawn to Philistine women till he met Delilah, who was also very persistent in making sure that he's killed. So when he met Delilah, he fell in love with her, and she was very persistent in getting out that information. Even though he had lied several times, she was very much persistent in getting the source of his strength, because she knew that she wanted to use it against him. So he lacked wisdom to know that for this woman to keep asking me about this thing, and whenever I tell her, she tries to do it, that means she wants me to lose my powers. He didn't have that discernment and that wisdom to know that I need to cut this relationship. And then the third thing we can learn from this story, which also is same as the first one, right, is God's mercy. Throughout the story, it's so evident of God's character as being merciful. God, even though of all his imperfections, like even how much Samson had gone out of his plan, gone out of his calling of him being a savior of the Israelites, God was still merciful. That even at his death, when he cried out to God that please restore my strength this one time so that I can revenge the Philistines, God had mercy upon him and restored his strength. So we can learn of God's mercy. He is so merciful. His mercy knows no bounds, and his mercy overrules judgment. That is what we can see in this story, and it is something that of everything we is a very powerful lesson, because at any point we should seek the mercy of God, whether at the point where we are right, whether at the point where we are wrong. The mercy of God is always there for us to cry out to him for. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you are able to learn these three things, that our imperfections, they do not limit God. They do not limit his plans. And then wisdom is profitable to direct, as the Bible tells us. So you cannot remain foolish for so long, even though the mercy of God is still there. You can't remain foolish for so long. You will surely reap the fruits of your foolishness. And then the mercies of God. We learn of his mercies, how bountiful it is. Yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and don't forget to put up your notifications so you know when new videos pop up. Bye.